Okay, it's recording.
Okay, so I'm just going to show you today how I make some egg treats for our chickens when we have too many eggs, or if I think that they need a little boost in protein. Sometimes I'll just use some eggs that maybe my egg customers wouldn't like because they're misshapen, or they maybe have a little blemish on the shell or something, so I take those out. Or sometimes we get our eggs confused and forget which ones came in most recent. So I just break the eggs like I'm going to make scrambled eggs for people. Just mix them up in a bowl. Get them all stirred up with my whisk. And I've gotten some things together that I'm going to be putting in there. I've got some oats because they love whole grains. I've got some organic sunflower seeds because they get the best stuff, and some flax seed. I have some dehydrated beet greens because I didn't need all the beet greens, and so I dehydrated them to keep them. A little bit of cheese because you don't want to give them too much because it's dairy and it's high in fat, but a little bit won't hurt them and they'll like it. Went out to our garden, picked some herbs. I've got rosemary and oregano, parsley, sorrel, and some green leafy greens because that's good for them. Spinach is questionable because some people think it might have too much of a product, something called an oxalate that keeps the calcium from being absorbed. So I tend to stay away from spinach, but most of your dark leafy greens are fine. So I've got my eggs mixed up, and I'm just gonna start mixing this up. Spray the pan. I just use a 9x13 baking pan. Spray that. Dump the eggs in. Break them up a little more if I missed some. And the eggshells, when you break them and all, you can save them, but you need to wash them and dry them all before you feed them back to your girls. So I just put them in the colander over there. So I'm just going to go ahead and make this big fluffy omelet for my chickens. Add the cheese. Sprinkle in some of the dried greens. I'm just going to tear little bits of the herbs. Get that all in there and make it nice and tasty. Parsley, they love parsley. And so I'll get all those things in there. And I will be chopping this up more when I feed it to them, so I don't have to go too crazy on making sure these bits are tiny, tiny just now, because I'm going to stir it up and rip them up a little bit more before they eat it. So I've got my oven preheating to 350, and it'll probably take 25 minutes for this to bake all the way through. And I'm just going to add some of the seeds. Sprinkle that all in there. Flaxseed has so many vitamins in it. It's got the B vitamins, the omega-3 fatty acids. It's a great thing to add. When I'm baking, I like to use the shelled sunflower seeds because they aren't going to, likely explode in the oven. And a little bit of oats because oats are great. Now right now it's really hot here. So I'm not going to give them this as a hot egg dish. I'm going to cook it thoroughly, and then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator overnight. And in the morning when I give them their grains, I will chop this up and give them a little bit of this. This will probably be enough for all, I guess, tomorrow, and maybe a little bit left over for the next day. I have 20-some full-size hens right now. I won't be giving it to the babies because they need to keep eating their starter ration and not get filled up on other food. This would be too much for them. So that's it. This is going to go in the oven and get thoroughly cooked, and it'll be put in the refrigerator till tomorrow, and I think I will be very popular at the chicken house in the morning.